Hello, my name is Ray. I'm the Ray in the Ray Code. In this video, I'll be covering the abstract factory design pattern, and I'll be using Python. Now, I'll be using also PyCharm, one of the IDEs from JetBrains. I have put timestamps in the margin so you can navigate to the section you desire most. My favorite is SWOT analysis. I have used other programming languages to cover this design pattern. I also have this programming language across the other design patterns that were given by the Game 4. Please like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe. You can find me on all the social media platforms like Facebook and LinkedIn. Also, you can visit theraycode.org and theraycode.com. Please search them out and become the Raycode groupie. What is the abstract factory pattern for the Python student? It creates families of related objects, groups related objects together so they are created and used consistently. Uses a factory interface instead of direct instantiation. Client requests through objects through methods instead of calling constructors directly. Hides concrete class names from the client. Client never references specific classes, only abstract interfaces. Ensures compatible objects are used together. Factory guarantees that related objects work correctly as a set. Why study the abstract factory pattern? Separates object creation from usage. Keeps creation logic independent from the code that uses the objects. Reduces type coupling in client code. Client depends on abstraction, not specific implementations. Makes code easier to extend and modify. New families can be added without changing existing client code. Allows easy swapping of product families. Switching factory changing behavior without rewriting client. Organizes code into clear, structured layers. Separates products from factories, clients, and responsibilities cleanly. Reinforces Game 4 design pattern principles across languages. Builds transferable knowledge usable in C++, Java, PHP, and Python. UML ORM, or the abstract factory. Abstract factory declares an interface for operations that create abstract products. Defines methods for creating each kind of product family member. Separates product creation from concrete implementation details. Uses Python abstract base classes to enforce consistency factor behavior. Concrete factory implements operations that create concrete product objects. Creates only products belonging to a specific product family. Ensures related Python objects are used together consistently. Return concrete products to abstract product interface. Abstract product declares the interface for a type of product object. Defines operations all concrete products must implement. Provides concrete behavior for Python applications functionality. Supports interchangeable object families within Python applications. Concrete product implements the interface defined by the abstract product. Declares the interface for a type of product object. Defines operations all concrete products must implement. Provides concrete behavior for Python applications functionality. Client uses only interface declared by abstract factory and abstract product classes. Remains independent from concrete product implementation details. Requests objects through factory methods instead of direct instantiation. Switches product families by changing the concrete factory object. Abstract factory creates related Python objects without exposing concrete class names. Client stays flexible because it depends only on abstract interfaces. Coming up next is the code portion of this video. You can find the code that I use in this video at my GitHub site and also at my websites. Most of all, tell a friend. Also, leave a comment of what you think if you got this far. Hello, my name is Ray, and I'm the Ray in the Ray code. In this video, I plan to give an example of the abstract factory design pattern, which is a creational design pattern I'll be using Python. To start, we create a folder directory named products. We will store the product files of our project. We add a Python file we call abstract button. This will be the abstract class from which we will create all our buttons, in our case, Mac and PC. We start with an interface class we call abstract button. At the top, we import ABC, the abstract base class, and abstract method. ABC is from the Python standard library. We define an abstract class which cannot be instantiated directly. We declare an abstract method which must be implemented by the subclasses. At past no implementation here, we force subclasses to define them. Let's create an abstract checkbox. We define another abstract product, this time an abstract checkbox. We define abstract checkbox with a render method, which takes an ABC object. Next, we create a window button. At the top, we import the abstract base class for buttons. We create a concrete implementation of a button for Windows and provide the required method of render. Next, we create the window checkbox. At the top of the Windows checkbox, we import the abstract checkbox class. We add a concrete Windows version of the checkbox with Windows-specific behavior. Let's create the Mac button. At the top, we import the abstract button class and recreate concrete Mac version of the button with Mac-specific behavior. Now we create a Mac checkbox. At the top, we import the abstract checkbox class and recreate a concrete version of the Mac checkbox with Mac-specific behavior. Now let's create a directory package for our factories. We add the Python file abstract factory. At the top, we import tools to define the abstract classes. We add the abstract factory interface with an abstract method to create a button. We add an abstract method to create a checkbox, which must be implemented by the subclasses. Now, let's create a Windows factory. We import the abstract factory interface. We also import the concrete window products, the button and checkbox. In the Windows factory class, we pass an abstract factory object. We create and return a Windows button object, and we create and return a Windows checkbox object. Let's create a factory for the Mac objects. At the top, we import the abstract factory interface, and we import the product.mac button and products.mac checkbox. Now, let's create a concrete factory to make concrete products. We create and return a Mac button, and we create and return a Mac checkbox. I think I'm ready to go to main to give a demo. We import our factories, the Windows factory and the Mac factory. Client code works with any factory. We ask for a create button and a create checkbox. We render the objects. In main, we inform the user which factory is being used. Using Windows factory, separate output visually, create a Mac factory object. Now let's run. We have using the Windows factory, rendering Windows button, rendering Windows checkbox. Using Mac factory, rendering Mac button, rendering Mac checkbox. My name is Ray, always go with a smile. SWOT analysis of the abstract factory design pattern using Python. S. Strengths. Loose coupling. Client depends on abstractions, reducing dependency on concrete Python classes. Scalable architecture. Easily add new product families without modifying existing client code. Consistency enforcement. Ensures related objects are created together, preventing incompatible combinations. W. Weakness. Increased complexity. Introduces many classes which can overwhelm beginners learning Python design patterns. More boilerplate code. Requires multiple files and interface, increasing initial development effort. Harder to understand. Abstract relationships may confuse developers unfamiliar with object-oriented principles. O. Opportunities. Cross-language learning reinforces reusable design pattern knowledge across Python, C++, Java, and PHP. Enterprise application design. Useful for building scalable systems with interchangeable components and architecture. Framework development, ideal for creating reusable libraries and extensible Python frameworks. T. Threats, over-engineering risk. Using abstract factory unnecessarily can complicate simple Python applications. Python simplicity clash. Python's dynamic nature may reduce the perceived need for strict patterns. Maintenance overhead. Large class hierarchies can become difficult to maintain without proper documentation. Well, that was my video. Please give this video a like. I worked hard to create it. Leave a comment and find me on all my social media platforms. But most of all, tell a friend the Ray Code is awesome.